Shares of Tilray and other Canadian cannabis stocks, they're trading higher after the world's largest cannabis producer had earnings that showed some big gains in two key parts of its business. Now, when you look at the results, the profit, that just met street expectations, an 8-cent loss, as you mentioned. But then you look at its gains in recreational cannabis. Those sales up 77% year over year. Medical cannabis, those sales up by 9%. The company gets about 3/4 of its revenues from recreational cannabis. But CEO Irwin Simon says building the medical business and lobbying the Canadian government for looser regulation around cannabis will be a key part of growing the business this fiscal year.
There's a big movement on to grow our medical business. And, the margins are higher in medical. The opportunities in medical are tremendous. What we ultimately have to do is get the Canadian government to put it on their prescription and approve medical that you're able to get through your prescription plans.
The MJ ETF up today, but still negative for the year. Had a strong start to the start of the year. A lot of enthusiasm over the possibility of U.S. legalization. Obviously, that process is still going on. Simon says he's eyeing some of his competitors for potential M&A because their stocks are down.
Canadian producers, I get sales, I get EBITDA, and I get savings. U.S. producers, I just get an option. Like, I don't get any benefit on my top line or my bottom line from MedMen today.
The U.S. market is forecast to grow to $30 billion in 2022. The Canadian market just about $5 billion. So obviously the U.S. market continues to be the holy grail, the ultimate goal, whatever you want to call it for these Canadian cannabis producers. But Simon and other Canadian cannabis CEOs, they've all said for now, they're really focusing on the Canadian market and really trying to develop consumer packaged goods with cannabis that they can hopefully bring to the U.S. market later. Back over to you.
These consumer packaged goods would be the likes of what? Beverages, edibles, what?
All types of things. Beverages is obviously one logical place, drinkable cannabis. Simon has talked a lot about having cannabis-infused goods on the shelves of a Walmart or a Target. So maybe cookies, bread, all types of things, Tyler. I really don't think there's a limit to what people who want to use cannabis would put cannabis in. And I think companies are just trying to figure out what is that product that will make cannabis cross over to the mainstream.
Yeah, very interesting, and poses very interesting questions about regulation and protecting children from exposure to those products.
Shepard Smith here. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube.